Hey guys, this is Ask the Boot Guy, where you get to ask me questions about workwear, footwear, and anything that has to do in that general spectrum. So today's question is actually from me to you guys. I don't say much, but this is kind of tough. This is kind of me trying to figure out just what it is that you guys expect from me. And what spurred this whole idea on, what spurred this question on, came in the form of a comment last week from somebody who calls themselves I Know You're Right But on YouTube. And he commented on one of my videos. It was actually my last Ask the Boot Guy video. And this is what he said. And as I read through these, I will start to explain why I am asking you guys what you expect from me as I start to really put this whole thing together. I'm hoping that you guys will comment, and whether or not you feel that I deserve or you deserve more of my time, or are you guys just happy with the content that I produce? That's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for your opinions. You guys as my subscribers, all 25,000 of you plus, I'm looking for you guys just to kind of give me a heads up on whether or not I'm doing a good job, or whether or not I'm just kind of pissing in the wind right now and just taking up your time, basically wasting your time by making these videos. All right, so let's get to his comment, okay? So he commented on the last Ask the Boot Guy video. He says, "Don't ask the boot guy shit. He won't reply. Just unsubscribe. Ain't getting my premium YouTube ad revenue." Now I read this and I was like, whoa, what the fuck did I do to this guy? How did I hurt his fucking feelings? I mean, what in the comments of me talking about heritage boots and why they cost so much did I hurt this guy's feelings? Okay, so obviously in reading the question, you know, you break down people's questions and you start to feel their emotion. Because one thing that you got to remember is when you are writing a question or you are making a comment, you're writing it from an emotional standpoint. It's not like stereo instructions or how to change the muffler on your truck. You're writing an emotional statement. So all I could do is reply back, wow, do you not watch my videos? And what I'm saying there is, if you are a subscriber like you guys are out there who watch my videos, who I can depend on to say, hey, great video, or hey man, you really blew that one off, that video sucked. You guys who are my subscribers, you understand what's going on in my life. You've seen the major decline since July in my videos once I went back to work and I started working longer, earlier, and just doing more like actually in the real world and not just, you know, making videos. You guys noticed this. You guys said, hey, it's nice to see you back. It's nice to see you making videos again. So that was me replying to him. He then came back at me, says, "The boot guy, yeah, for 3 months I asked one question, the same question on several videos, you didn't reply." Okay, so what can I do? What can I say to that? And my next response to this, and he did ask one question, and I only found one question, and I'll get to the question at some point that he asked on an older video. I say to him, and your question is, okay, you got my fucking attention. Ask your question. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Here I am, you know, you're whining like a little bitch, and that's the way I'm feeling at this point, is like reading this stuff like, I thought we were men. I thought we didn't get butt hurt because somebody didn't pay attention to us, because we didn't raise our hand and shake it fast enough so the teacher could look at us. That's where I was coming from. So my own emotions reading into this were kind of taken over. He then replies back to me. There we go. Now this is where this reply is what really spurred me to make this video and discuss with you guys, because he presented a whole aspect of what I do. Now, what I do and what's going on in my own head is not what is being perceived by somebody out there who I'm projecting my content to. They're not taking it the same way that I am. He's seeing this in a completely different light from me. And I find that puzzling, but at the same time, being a student of philosophy and being a student of psychology, I understand that personas and perception and just the way you project yourself to others really has a lot to do with the way they're going to see you and how they're going to feel when they're not getting your attention. So here's what he said. The boot guy, as it always has when you're replying to somebody on YouTube, it always says your name so they know who you're talking to. The boot guy. The question is why you didn't reply to my comments. You're running a business. Boom, right there. I never knew that I was running a business. I actually thought that, well, I'll get to this, okay? You're running a business with your YouTube channel. We're the customers. You want time of ours to watch your videos so you can make money, yet you can't take the time out of your day to reply until someone calls you out on it. All right, so one, I'm gonna set my phone down because my next response is kind of lengthy. But let me first just tackle this. I never realized that I was running a business. I really didn't. I did not think that this was a business. I kind of always looked at the Boot Guy Reviews as a community service / club. Kind of like a soccer club. I don't know if you guys got sports clubs in your town or city or where you live, but we have a lot of European and Central American sports clubs where the guys all get together, they drink, they smoke, they watch football, soccer. So I kind of saw this, or as my buddy runs a hot rod club, I kind of saw the Boot Guy Reviews as that, as where we all get together and we discuss boots. As when he has his hot rod club, they get together and they discuss Hertz shifters, they holly carbs, they discuss exhaust, they discuss, displacement and things like this. I kind of felt that that's what I was building. I never really considered that I was building a business. Now, I'll get more in depth in this, but let me get to my response to his question there. So, dude, I answer hundreds of questions a week, and I do. I answer a lot of questions on YouTube, and I do have a criteria on whether or not I take the time to answer a question, whether or not it's just a one-sentence answer, or whether or not it's a full paragraph of me actually interjecting some thought and feeling behind the answer. So, every so often, one of you guys is going to slip through the cracks. It's clear your feelings are hurt, and it's clear. I mean, his feelings are hurt. You guys can see the questions. You guys will see it down in the comments box, how you can get to looking at the questions, which video it's in. You guys can read through them. Tell me if I'm wrong. So, I'll find your question when I have time, and I'll present this whole back and forth to the others, my subscribers, and that's where I am today. I'm telling them that I feel that this is up to all of us. This is a part of all of us. Back and forth to the other subscribers and see how they feel about the issues you're having with me. Let's be democratic about this. First and foremost, what I have built is a community of boot enthusiasts, not a business, more of a club. But give me a few to compile your questions. Now, what I'm saying at the end to compile your questions is I actually went through all of my comments over the last, I don't know, I think I went back 5 months just looking for him where he commented. And then YouTube has a great search for a specific comment from a specific person. YouTube has a great search function for that. You can find comments dating back to your very first video, depending on how old they are, as long as that person has held on to the same account. It's awesome. So, he then comes back and replies to me. Boot guy, as always, like I said. My feelings aren't hurt. I simply just read the title of the video saying, ask the boot guy, and I commented, asked you for what to get He's saying that he asked me, based on the title of a video, ask the boot guy video, he asked me a question and he didn't get a reply. I asked a question on your video months ago. Same question, several times, no reply, with others liking the question and wanting to know as well. So that ends the interaction between him and I. I didn't have anything else to say to him. Obviously, this video is going to be a response to that whole interaction. All right, so you guys look below. You can see the links to get to the questions. I just put them across the screen. You can see all the questions. Guys, am I doing something wrong here? Am I offending you guys by not answering your questions? Like I said, I use a criteria. first and foremost, if somebody asks me a question because they're in pain and they're uncomfortable, though these two things are pretty much the same, I consider them to be different, because to be uncomfortable means that you're eventually going to get to a painful state if you keep proceeding forward with whatever it is you're doing in a physicality sense. So first, if somebody has a question based on those two criteria, I answer their questions. I try to get right to those questions as I see them pop up. Second, if somebody's asking me a question about construction or about how a boot's going to perform for their specific job, remember, it's all going to be based around work. Work is the first thing that I'm looking at by doing this. If you're working and your feet hurt and you ask me a question, those are the questions I'm going to answer first. Third, if you're just asking me what I feel about a certain type of boot as compared to another type of boot for work, I'm going to answer those questions. Now, questions that fall into the realm of style and fashion, how this boot is going to make my ass look as I'm walking to the coffee shop, I'm almost going to 100% most of the time ignore those questions. Questions that have to do about personal feelings about a product. Unless it's something that I'm really passionate about, say it's a pair of my lineman's boots, say it's a pair of my Western boots, I'm probably going to let those kind of ride till I sit down one day with a cup of coffee and I just start pounding through the questions. Now, when I say that, think about this. I work 52 plus hours a week at a regular job. I make a video in whole. If I make one video a week, it probably takes me about 6 hours beginning to end to make that video, not including actually doing the prep work. You know, if you watch some guys make videos, they kind of hem and haw and they do this shit all through the video. I try not to do that. I try to be as fluid and as conversationally proficient as possible, because you're watching me and you don't want to hear me stutter in my own thoughts. You want me to be on mark. You want me to be more professional with my demonstration and my delivery. So that too, I practice what I'm going to say. I practice how I'm going to say it. Though it sounds like I might be saying the same thing all the times, because basically I'm talking about the exact same type of product, just in a different light. So now back to our friend here. Guys, I need you to comment below. I need you guys to tell me what you think about this whole interaction. I need you to tell me, you know, Isaac, you're fucking shit up. If I am, go ahead and say it. If you think I've completely fucked up the Boot Guy Reviews channel by not answering questions, by not being on top of it, fine, tell me. If you guys think I'm doing a great fucking job, guess what? I want you to fucking tell me that too. And I'm sorry to be using the word fuck so many times. But so guys, did I mess up? Tell me. Okay, so his question, let's not let this completely go. Now, hold on here. Hold on for a second. Let me find it. I did all screenshots for this. I was able to find one of his questions and from all the searching. It was from a month ago, and this is what the question said. And it got a thumbs up. And guess who gave it a thumbs up? I did. Hello. What's the most comfortable, longest lasting steel toe waterproof leather boot? What's the most comfortable? That's a personal question. I mean, most comfortable boot in the world is different between you and me and who's ever standing next to you. Go stand somewhere. That person standing next to you, you guys are not going to agree upon comfort. Okay? Longest lasting steel toe boot. Longest lasting. Now, a boot is lasting me currently, a boot that is steel toe. If I was to wear the same boot every single day, if I had one pair of work boots, they would last me 3 months. Am I the best person in the world to ask? I am the best person in the world to ask about boots because I know so much about them, but am I the best person to ask? Is anybody even remotely there to answer that question? Because that too is a question of personal belief and feeling and also time. Your job is not the same as my job. My job tears the shit out of the toes and the heels of boots. I mean, look, I rip soles off boots just by trying to wear them on a daily basis. So I can't answer that question. And that question is just too personal. That question is just, it's convoluted, because no matter what I say to answer that question, No matter where I go with the answer to that question, it's going to be wrong. It's a loaded question. It's like one of those questions your wife asks you. You know, how do I look in this dress? It's a loaded question. You have to say you look great, but if she looks like shit and she walks out onto the dance floor and starts shaking her ass and she looks like a stuffed sausage in her dress, all her girlfriends are going to say that she looks like a stuffed sausage, and it's going to be your fault for not telling her. That's a loaded question. So yeah, this was a loaded question. Alright, so this is Ask the Boot Guy. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. And 2019 should be a great year for the whole channel. For everything I got planned, there's got a new website is in the works, something that kind of functions a little bit better as a video platform website. It's going to take me a while because I'm going to write it, so it's going to be a whole like adventure for me back into web design, which is something I just haven't done in years. So yeah. The photography should be getting a lot better because I am working with a new type of camera, so you're going to see on the new website as the photos come up of the boots, as I've always trying to take photos of the parts of the boots that you don't see from the manufacturer. Those photos are now going to be in a completely super high resolution, like when you blow them up, you're going to be able to see dirt on the stitches. So that's what I've got planned for 2019 for the Boot Guy review. Also, I'm going to have a lot more reviews on work gear in this coming year. A lot more pants, a lot more shirts, a lot more socks, and hopefully a lot more secondary products and how to when it comes to boots. Because the one thing that really pisses me off, and this is my closing statement, is the way that people lace their boots on Instagram. When I see guys with a beautiful pair of Iron Rangers and they've got them all laced up, what I consider wrong, we're going to all get together and try to fight this bad lacing of your boots. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, comment below. If you got anything to say to this, comment below. Guess what? Just comment below because this was a pretty explosive topic. All right, Happy New Year. See y'all later.